the best way to actually sort date and time is to come over here to the Content Search Manager. So go to the Content Search Manager and find your own movie content, right? And, oh, that's David's movies. I need to go to my own movies. There we go. Okay, so I got August 1st, and so I guess I will get the last month's worth of, so maybe whatever today's date is, and minus 30 days, right? That way, at least I'll get Leon and Mad Max. I'll exclude Ratatouille because he was 6/29, right? Just so I can see my date ranges working here. All right. Now, to help you with that, the Content Search Manager has built these little hint fields that are half helpful. Hey, I'm free to, I freely criticize dotCMS where we could be a little better. Okay, if we highlight over that little hint over release date, it tells you, but you can't go and copy it. And the funniest thing is the first version of this hint field, you could do that, but we improved on it. Anyway, so if you look at the easiest one, which is the EG in the middle, that's just 02/2006 to 01/01 2100. The 2 in the middle needs to be capital TO. It's brackets, not curly braces. We can type this right here. So if I only want to get 7, I can just going to put a bracket right in release date, and I can do 07/01. So I'd like you to do this too. 18, right? Space. You got to put the bracket first. All right. Capital T, capital O, and then space, and then we're going to copy the query this generates, and then we're going to replace it with variables, right? To 08/01, and then I'm going to do /18, and then the end of the bracket, right? And so I'll copy and paste that to you guys. Paste. So that's exactly what I put. And I know I'm going to only have one movie in my results because, well, I don't know if that cut it off date is going to be exactly 12 a.m. It might. So I click search and I get no movies. Okay. Should have included at least one there, right? Release date. It needs to be 4-digit date. My bad. 20 and 20. I think you guys got it, but there it is. I went and pasted it to you. And then now if I click search, there we go. Like I expected, I get 2 movies. And that last one is just on the very last day, but it is within the range. It's 8/1, so it includes it. Okay. So then what I would do is after I've got my date range sorting, it is sorting some movies, then I would click my little search query again and click show query, that little down arrow, and show query again. And then you can see that date range sort right here. So I'd like you to copy everything from the plus sign, the name of your content type, release date, to bracket, and then the end of the bracket. Don't get the parenthesis, we don't need that. Okay, so the code that you need to stick inside of your query will be this, and then I'll let you guys put it inside of your own code. So this is how you get the date and the current date. So let's go ahead and go over it. I'll paste that into my all right. So we have the date tool. So if you wanted to do just date, you can get today's date. Okay. Then if you do date.format like we did before, you can format that to any date. And then I'm just assigning it to current date so that it'll assign that text string to current date. Then I'm setting month old to util methods. We have our own util methods if you look at our view tools doc. And it's just got a lot of helpful methods. That's all, it should be called useful methods or something like that. And there's an add days, and you can add a positive number or a negative number, and it'll add days to any date. So I'm just doing date.date so I can go ahead and get the correct format of my date, current date. Then I'm taking 30 days away from my date. I could do 31, or 2 weeks, I could do 14, right? And then I'm setting month old to the formatted month old date, right? So I'm just doing month old and then date.format, the current format that we used up here and in our release date. And I'm just sending it month old. So month old is setting the date of, the date formatting of month old. And then I'm spitting that out on the page. Current date equals, that. Month old equals that. And then if we save and publish that on the page, that gives me current date is 8/3 and a month old would be 7/4 if we took away 30 days and not 31. Right? And now the only thing we need to do is then apply that to our code as a variable, right? Okay, so then we'll just get that current date. I'm going to just cut that. And so I want to start with the old date and end with the current date. So I'm just going to paste that in there. And then we'll best practice on the variable. Then I'll get my month old date, and I put that in here, right? And then I'll get rid of my spitting out the current date. And then I'm going to do our best practices on velocity variables and put the bang and the curly braces around both. So let's copy that. And paste this in here. And save and publish. And it went wrong. I have a feeling that these are still reading as dates instead of actual instead of text. So what we'll do is we will declare this. Put text double quotes around each of your date.format. Your date. Right, and assign it to text. And I guess here we're going to have to do this. Put curly braces. Let me test this real quick, see if this is what it is. Yeah, so maybe I want this here. And this guy. And instead of those hyphens. And that should be so much better. Yay! And let me put back that code. I just had the wrong separators in my date formatting up here. Okay, so then I'll get this out of my code now that that's all working fine. And Paste him back in here. And I guess what I'll do is I'll also make it like the last 60 days, just so I can get my Ratatouille movie back, because I'm too lazy to go back and change the date on the Ratatouille movie. Hey, why am I not getting both of those? Did I put oh, maybe it's the year on my, okay, maybe I got to change my Ratatouille movie, which is easy because I went ahead and put my edit content light thing here. Well, it's still not picking them up, so can't do that either. So let me go to Dean's Movies and clear that. Go to Ratatouille. Yeah, it's 2007, so that wasn't gonna. So we're gonna put Ratatouille 2018, and we're gonna change his date. And lock for editing and save and publish. And then I just go right back to my browser and my movie listing page, and there's my Ratatouille. Okay, and then I make sure I can hit my Ratatouille. Yep. All right.